Good morning, peoples. Happy
Good
Sunday.
morning, everyone.
You're seeing my head because I'm multitasking. We got a little bit of delay right out here in the middle of Nowhereville where I live. We are still okay. There we are. Okay, sorry guys. I'm just grabbing this link because I want to share it around. It's polite to share, so if you know what we're doing and enjoy what we're doing, we would totally love it if you would tell a friend or share our video. Happy Sunday, guys. Glad that
Good
you.
morning. So I might have had a lot of lots of cups of coffee to get myself ready here in time, but we wanted to come on super early this morning so that we could remind you that today is the last day
Yep.
for our public opening for 2021. So there's less than 24 hours now. So if anybody has questions, we're happy to answer them. You could drop them in the comments below. But really, I mean, I think you guys have seen us lots over the course of the last week, and you really know what we're all about. But so we just wanted to kind of jump on here and give you just a little bit of a reminder.
Absolutely. So, as Chris said, guys, we went in a lot of depth. We've shown you guys a lot of things that we don't normally show you all week long. And so if you, maybe this is the first time you've stumbled across one of our videos, or the time got away from you this week and you didn't realize that this is your last day, it's going to close at midnight tonight. So you have, I don't know, what is that, 14, 15 hours, something like that. We would love for you guys to, on the business page, the Creative Collaboration business page, if you guys want to scroll down a little ways, you're going to see a lot of information that we have filmed over the course of this past week. And so probably the closest to the top of the list, you're going to see Chris's artwork video. Mine is underneath a couple days before. Now, this is something that we don't share except just when we open. So what we like to do is Chris will go and grab some of her favorite projects that have streamed over the course of the last year or so. And I go and grab some of my favorite projects that have streamed over the course of the last year or so. And we will go and talk you guys through, give you a really good up close peek at the artwork. And we talk a little bit about the projects, and we share some different ideas and things that we discuss in there. And sometimes when I was looking at classes, I would think, oh my gosh, I remember teaching X, Y, and so we want you guys to know, and as we mentioned in those videos, that every single project that we shared in those videos, and hundreds more, are all instantly available when you join. That is really something that makes us very unique, in the sense that when you guys enter in the gates of the creative collaboration, you guys are walking into hundreds and hundreds of previously streamed classes, complete with inspiration sheets, cutting information. Some of them have full cutting guides, Cricut links, all of the things that you guys saw with Extravaganza. You have hundreds of other classes just like that, ready for you to start immediately. And so we just wanted to give you guys a little taste of that. We did not share anywhere close to all of them, like not even in the vicinity. That would have taken us like a long time, right?
Yeah.
So we think you'll really enjoy those videos. So Chris's is underneath this video, and then mine is under there. And then we went very in depth. We answered a lot of you guys' questions. We answered a lot of the questions that were messaged to us or emailed to us about the group in the 2 videos that we did last weekend. So we came on live after Saturday's last class of Extravaganza, and then we also did another video on Sunday. And so I think we probably covered some different things. If you guys are really interested, you could watch both of them if you can stand the half of us that's sometimes a little more obnoxious the closer it gets to bedtime. I'm not naming names or anything. But we feel like that is probably going to answer the majority of your questions. But should you guys run into something else that you're just not sure of, you can reach out to the page here, or you could message Chris or I. We're both going to be near devices all day long. And so we'll be glad to, assist in any way that we're able. Chris, what did you want to add? Since I just kept talking. Happy Sunday, everybody.
I don't think when we were discussing like coming on and what time we were going to come on, we just wanted to kind of come on here a little bit earlier today because life does get in the way for everybody for Sunday. So we wanted to make sure that we gave you all day to remind you that this is really the last day. And really, if you had any questions, feel free to reach out. We're not scary. You can comment on the video below, and we'll be happy to answer it. It's super easy. I've added the link to our terms of service. It's a super easy process. If something goes wrong along the way, feel free to ask the question. So what actually happens is once you click on that document, then it'll take you to our terms of service. You can read it. It just kind of explains who we are, what we're about, what we do, what you get. And at the very end, it prompts you, it takes you to PayPal to set up your reoccurring payment. So that stays active as long as you're a member of the group. And then it should, once all that's set up, take you to ask to request to join the private membership group. Everything takes place for us within a private group so that it's super well organized. We spend a ton of time setting it up and making it super easy for everybody to use. So if something along the way doesn't happen, then we will reach out to you and get you fixed up. No need to worry about that.
Absolutely.
So
I wanted to add too, guys, you know, as Chris and I have mentioned previously, when we've been with the videos and the visits with you guys, there's nothing. We're not out to mislead anyone. We're very proud of our integrity, and so we look to serve an audience, and we understand that not everyone is our audience. And so, what I just encourage you is that if you guys have been if you kind of know what we're about, or maybe don't know what we're about, and you might want to try us out. Oh, there's Mr. Williams. If anybody just, wanted to see what my husband looked like. So if you guys want to just try us out and come in and see what is happening, see if it's for you. It's a non-commitment group. And again, that's something that we feel like we're very unique in the sense that you can really walk in and look around and consume content for a month. And if you decide that this is truly not for you, you're welcome to leave. There's no, there's not going to be any trouble canceling your subscription.
Right. You don't have to stay for 6 months. We don't require anything like that.
We're not gonna, if you request to leave, we're not gonna beg you to stay and guilt. We just don't do any of that. So it's really just a simple process. And we just, like I said, Chris and I are going to use our energy to serve our audience to the best of our ability. And so if you're not our audience, that's okay. But we want to invite you to come in, be our guest for a month, at least a month. And sorry, I have something in my lips. It's early in the day, guys. It's early in the week. It's no telling what's gonna come about. So we want you guys to come in, try us on for size. You might find out you like it. It's probably going to be a long, cold, hopefully not lockdown winter. But there's going to be lots to keep you busy, a lot of stuff that we think you guys will enjoy. And when you feel like your time is up, that's okay. You can be on your way. So as Chris said, it is going to be our last public opening until spring of 2022. And so
that's crazy to say.
I know, but we are looking at 6-7-ish months, depending on when we schedule the next opening, which we know usually happens in the spring, but it could be a long time. And I've seen some of the class lists that are coming up, and you're not going to want to miss them. So come in and see what it's all about. It might be a really wonderful place, and you might want to stick around. And if you don't want to, that's okay too. But we have a lot of really wonderful, 600 really awesome ladies in there that make it a cool place to be. It's not just Chris and I. We have 600 other artists that are in there, and they're hanging out and sharing and encouraging. And, we love to have contests every single month. We've got Creative Week coming up this next week, which is always fun. And we like to do some different things there. And like I said, I have seen just the November class list. And I have to say, I'll say it again, if I didn't co-own a membership like this, I would want to be in a membership like this. It's pretty cool. So
we do have a couple of questions coming in. So public opening means you're not going to see us again in this year. You will not see us. We will be super quiet until the spring. That's what that means. Like, this is kind of it. This is our last hurrah for 2021. So if you're on the fence, like, the next time will be the spring that we're looking at right now. Susan and I have to do like planning a long way in advance, obviously, because we're a duo. That takes a little bit more finagling. So, and when we close, we're closed to the general public, and that is so that we can concentrate on everything that goes on within the group. We're not distracted by an event. Obviously, you can tell by the amount of times you guys have seen us this week. To do a big public opening like this obviously distracts from everything else going on. So this is it. And Susan and I have been also talking this weekend a lot about things that we want to try and experiment within.
Oh my gosh.
And creative collaboration. And I'll tell you that it has invigorated both of us for some fun things that we're going to totally implement slowly. But there's some fun things coming to all of our members. And we're not going to say too much about that because we're just starting.
You're going to want, is when this plan comes to fruition, we're free to our members. When we have things that we offer to the public or events that we charge for, it's all free to our members. They are our number one priority. We will always serve them better and to the best of our ability over the public. I don't mean that to sound the way it's going to sound, but they're our ladies and we're going to take care of them. And so when all of this comes to fruition and we begin advertising and you guys get word of what's going on, all I'm saying is you are going to want to have been in here so that you can take part. What I really love is that our members help drive our events. Our members help drive the content that we offer, the classes that we plan. There's a thread right now inside our membership where we're asking our members, tell us what you guys want to see. We will do our very best to make that happen. And that gets Chris and I's wheels turning. And we really learn what direction, in this particular season, our members are wanting to experience and they're wanting to learn and that kind of thing. And so again, that helps us drive. And so they're always our very first sounding board. They're always the people that we ask first. And so you guys are going to want to be in there. I saw someone, Chris, ask about a consultant, not consultant. So I just wanted to very briefly touch on that. That sometimes is a miscommunication. Because Chris and I are both consultants or makers with close to my heart. It's some people are under the assumption that you have to be a consultant to join the group. And then if you decide to exit the company, you have to then exit the group. And that's not the case whatsoever. We have a mixture of consultants and makers in the group. And we also have a lot of non-consultants and makers in the group. All of our content is relevant to both. You're not walk in and feel like, oh, this isn't really for me. You're not going to see us. Our time is not going to be split. Our projects are not going to be split. You don't have to worry about that. Everything that we teach is relevant to anyone. And so it doesn't matter if you're affiliated or not with the company. You don't even have to be a customer of Close to My Heart. You can use from your staff, that closet we always talk about that your husband's yelling about of all your stuff. Use that up. We will help you do it.
I think so. I think the biggest difference I just wanted to kind of highlight for consultant versus a regular crafter. So a consultant can use our classes as long as they follow the guidelines. There are a few really simple guidelines that we ask them to follow, and that's it. As a consultant, you do not have to place an order with Susan or with me or be a member of our team. So that's kind of the consultant piece. But then I also wanted to talk just to the crafter, the scrapbooker, the card maker, general paper crafter out there. All the classes also apply to you. So you can use them, like Susan just said, with your stash or with new products or anybody's products. We just give you a list of what we have exactly used, But in most cases, a very high percentage of our classes, I would say you could literally use anything you want. You can swap out things with products from another company if that's what you want to use. You can swap out the products for something that you have sitting in your closet. We try and make it as simple as possible. Lots of times we'll talk you through some other options that we think you could use it for.
And many times show them other options. We a lot of times have multiple pieces of art for classes to demonstrate, illustrate our thought process and different ideas for you guys. And that's on purpose, of course.
Yes, and we really explain ourselves as like an inspiration bank. If you need inspiration, lots of times people get in a rut and they just don't know where to go or what to do. And honestly, that is what we're all about. So even if you don't recreate the project exactly the same way we have, it might inspire you to do something different with something you have already. So even a project from 2 years ago, you could recreate today. Obviously, the products that we used 2 years ago aren't current products, but there's still so much value in that 2-year-old class.
The measurements work, the Cricut links work, the templates all work. And so go and grab something that's in your stash and use up the resources that we provided. And there are a lot of resources. We have an interesting way of organization in the group where we keep all of those relevant things together so that it's available in one specific place per each class. And so when we have multiple pieces of artwork, all of those are housed together. When you have templates, when you have Chris does a lot of SVGs. She's a wizard with SVGs, and I've also started to learn how to do that as well. And so we're branching out and continually learning and adding what we feel even more value in different ways to serve as many people as we are able. But you guys will hop in and you will see right away how relevant, like Chris said, even 2-year-old content is that you guys can go back and recreate it. The fun thing is that of course, leading up to, let's just say, Christmas time, there's only so many weeks before all those Christmas papers and things are released that we can start preparing. And so the fun thing is that if some of you, and we do have members that are like, hey man, I'm doing Christmas in September. I want to get a head start on my things. So even if Chris and I kind of aren't there yet with Christmas, you guys have 2 other years. You have 2019 and 2020 that had all the Christmas classes that you guys can go back and re-watch those and create those if you would like. So if you want to do Christmas, if y'all want to do Christmas in March, you're welcome to do Christmas in March, and you have all of that available. Same way with our Mother's Day and Father's Day projects. Specifically, I'm thinking I love to do a lot of mini albums, which I feel are appropriate for any occasion, especially gift giving and that kind of thing. And right at your fingertips, guys, like walk right in and you can be cutting in just a matter of minutes. It's really a great design, I think, which is why I would love to be a member if I was not an instructor. Someone asked up here, Chris, when my iPad was doing its weirdo thing, that Marion wants to know if she rejoins, does she go through the regular process or does she just message us? And Marion, you'll just go through the regular process. Just follow that link of that Chris pinned here in the broadcast. And like she said, that's just our terms of service. And that's just because, again, we want to be very transparent. We don't want someone joining and saying, oh, I didn't watch your video, so I didn't really fully understand that. So we just kind of give you guys the bullet points there on the terms of service, just so you know what we are going to offer, what we agree to do, what we want the members can, if you're a member and you invite a friend, you can get an entire month of membership for free for every single friend that comes over to the group. No strings attached. That is a really fun thing that we can talk more about later if you guys want to message us. But we talked a lot about that in the videos from last weekend. But underneath the terms of service is your link to go to your PayPal account, and you can set up that reoccurring payment. If you are going to, we talked a lot about that in the videos from last weekend. But yeah, we don't want more than once, do we? That is really a bad deal. So if you join today on the 24th, then it's going to bill again November 24th, December 24th, and so on until you ask it to stop or you ask us to ask it to stop. And so when you guys go in and set that up, after you paid in PayPal, it should automatically, sometimes PayPal is not cooperating, but it should automatically send you to the private Facebook group, in which that we would like you to answer the 3 questions. They are purposeful, I promise. So if you would answer those 3 questions, that will get us all linked in our database, and you'll hop right in and you'll be ready to go. So it's as easy as that, you guys. Like within minutes, you can be right inside.
So just because this is a little bit different of a stream, and we're streaming into different groups right at the moment, somebody is also asking where they can watch those other videos. So while I copy and paste the Google Drive link on the main page, maybe you'd like to address that.
Sure. So you guys are like Chris said, you're probably watching this in a different forum, but if you would go to Creative Collaboration on Facebook, it's a business page. It's not a group. It's a page, so it's public and anyone can go in and take a look at whatever's on there. So at the top of your feed right now in that page is this video. If you scroll down below, you're going to see Chris's artwork video that we discussed earlier in this broadcast. Underneath Chris's artwork video is my artwork video. So you guys, I think, would really enjoy that. And for a lot of people, those 2 videos are the ones that push them over the edge. They say, oh my gosh, I have to be able to make those. So those are going to be really fun videos that you might want to take a peek at. And then if you just really want to kind of hear the details, underneath the artwork videos, scroll down, and the next 2 videos under that, you guys will see our broadcast from last weekend. One was done on Sunday and one was done on Saturday evening after the event. And I feel like we tried to hit all the things in both videos, but I think there were some differences. And so if you guys really have very specific questions, turn those on while you're doing your dishes or folding your laundry or whatever, and have a listen. And if you have questions, just message us, and Chris and I are always happy to further elaborate and help you really understand. Like I said, if you guys are looking for something hidden, like it's got to be too good to be true kind of thing, you're not going to find one. A lot of times we invite our current members, guys, if you want to hop onto the broadcast and address some of these questions with the people that are asking, or if you guys want to back us up on some of the things that we're saying, they're going to do it. Chris, we're just not like that. You're not going to get a sales pitch. You don't have to buy anything ever.
I think if you go back to any one of those videos and read the comments from our members, like some of the ones that come to mind really quickly are, it's more than worth the price to get in the door. And like we walk you through the tips. The tips, I think, also along the way are invaluable for no matter what. And then I would say, like any member, like if you just read any of the comments on the past videos, there's so many comments from our active members. And that means so much to us that they're willing to come on and comment over and over again and support us. They were at that public event last weekend. And like I said, if you missed it and you didn't see it, you're welcome to watch. There's the 4 classes we did last weekend on our public page. The videos are there forever. You can recreate those items as long as they don't disappear, which some days they do, but that's okay.
Facebook hating.
So if you want to just know kind of what happens in the group, that's why we do a public event like that. So you can see things. Now, our members got all that stuff in advance. They're classes that we've A, taught them before, and B, they got access to all the information about what was going to happen publicly beforehand. We really and I've said it on every single video, and I will say it again here today, that there is a reason that we added community in our name. It was there right from the beginning, and it's something that Susan and I have really fostered in that group right from the beginning. And our members are amazing. Oh, absolutely. They support each other. They're there to help each other. They're there to watch us, they're there to learn and also teach, because lots of times they do amazing things with some of the classes. And we do have an artwork contest every single month. And so members will post their artwork for a chance to win a free a month of membership. But sometimes, obviously, they do things with different products, etc. And they're more than willing to talk to anybody about what they've done also.
So Chris, there's a comment on here that I just want to address. So Robin says, how do I get to the videos you referenced earlier? Is the group open to the public temporarily, or do I need to be added, or is it on the blog? So if you're talking about the videos, the extravaganza videos, they're on the Creative Collaboration business page. And so you'll scroll down a ways from last Saturday, and you'll see all 4 of those. So you can go in and take a look at those classes. Everything is linked there. Where you guys, I guess we have all the cutting information in the newsletter. So maybe we need to post that link as well. We tend to not put cutting information in Facebook because everything gets bumped and then it leaves and then people get grouchy because they can't find it. So we just send it directly to your email. So we'll post the link if you guys want to subscribe to that. I can send that out again so that you can have that information. But it, like you said, public, the classes that were streamed here last Saturday are public. Anyone is able to take those. You're not required to do anything with those. And nothing is transferred over to the blog or anything like that. So you don't really need to be added to anything. But if you want the cutting information, you'll just need to subscribe to that little newsletter list that we add.
Okay.
But go ahead.
We have a member on here, and I'm going to put her comments up on the screen. And Susan, you can maybe address this.
First of all, I'm just like loving the whole I can put the comment up on the screen thing. Okay, so Shannon says, thank you, Shannon. These 2 ladies in this group have changed and enhanced my scrapping world. Love this group and will always, always recommend it. Susan and Chris are fantastic. I personally love that we are fantastic this early on. I love that. So thank you, Shannon. But I also want to mention, the group is going to be as good as you guys choose to use it. We have some members that I'm telling you, like the next morning, I know I'm waking up after teaching the following afternoon, and they're going to have something recreated. I know that they can't wait for the classes. Then others, you can tell, like they have these habits. They work all week. They're busy mamas. They're tending a home. You can tell the weekend comes, mama goes to her craft room, and here come like the end of the weekend, pop, 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 all of these fun little classes that they went through and created that was streamed earlier in the week, but they weren't able to get to them right away. They really love taking advantage of the replay feature where you don't have to be on all the time. You're not missing anything if you can't attend the live. We have a lot of Australia and New Zealand friends that are a part of the group. And so obviously sleep is important. We know this. And so really are able to watch them live, but they can enjoy them just the same on replay. And they're able to partake in the classes just like everyone else. And so we feel like, again, it just works out really well. It really does. And so, like Chris said, the members' testimonies, you guys can go back and even going through the comments on those videos last weekend, you'll see. We're not like slipping them $5 bills. Leave a comment. We will see. They're doing it because they really do. They appreciate it. And some of them have said it changed their life. I know that I got a message last week, and she had said that she was a customer consultant, precious lady. And she said that she many times would just do a couple $100 a month. And she was already up to, this was last week, so earlier in the month, of course, she said she was already up to $900 a month. And she had then set her sights on earning an incentive trip because she decided she was going to be able to offer these classes to her own customers. It was less work she had to do planning and the thought process and all of that, that she was going to offer these classes to her customers. And she felt confident that by doing so, this was going to be her very first incentive trip that she earned. And so hearing that and talking with her about that, of course, made me really energized because I know how that is. She was excited. And again, for someone who's running a business, as Chris and I always like to remind you, it's a business expense. Your $22 a month is a business expense. You can write it off of your taxes, and it will leaps and bounds. The consultants that use the classes for their business, they will tell you it's revolutionized. It's absolutely, they said, if I want to do like a quick Technique Tuesday kind of thing, or if I need some classes to squeeze in between my crop projects, I instantly have hundreds available at my fingertips that I can go in. My customers can have the measurements. I am allowed to teach those to them. And there's no planning. There's no hunting on YouTube for 2 hours. There's no trying to figure out, is this going to work right with Close to My Heart product? Can I make, we've done it all for you. It is a ready-made class ready to go at your fingertips. And so we feel like for a business owner, it's a very wise investment. And I mean, you get to hang out with us. Just saying. Did we miss anything?
No. So the only other thing was the one that you were referring to before that was asking about the videos. So I've added, and it just kind of depends on where you're watching us. So sometimes you're not seeing all the comments because we're streaming into different places at the moment. So if you want to watch the artwork videos, the event videos from last weekend, the videos where Susan and I have done Q&A, if you just type into your search bar on Facebook, Creative Collaboration, and you see that cute little picture of Susan and I, that's where you go. So like I said, it does depend because we are streaming into more than one spot at the moment. Where you started, you might be missing some of the comments. So we will go back. I'll go back and try and add all the links to the Google Drive after the broadcast is over. But in the video that is sitting on our public page right now, it is pinned as the top comment. So that's really where you're going to find all the information about us and what we do. And like I said, after today, that page will go quiet for a little while. So that we can concentrate back on our members and classes and getting everything going on a new little thing we might be planning.
Might. I'm already planning it. There's no might. We took might out of the game 3 days ago when we started talking about it. There's no might left. So
okay.
Bottom line is, with the closed and the open format, guys.
Yes.
Like we mentioned before, our number one priority is serving our membership really well. And it does take a lot of time and effort and a lot of energy to coordinate a launch. And so that we just felt like we were able to serve better when we're closed. And so it's a quick open, it's a long shut, which is why you is so often this week, because we don't want someone coming to us on Monday and saying, oh my gosh, I forgot. We need you in the doors. Let's get you situated. Let's get your questions answered so we can pick right back up and continue offering, the best work that we are able. So it really is like the doors really are going to close. So we're not just kidding. They're not going to open next week. They really are going to close. So go ahead. This is your last opportunity. And if you don't hop in now, then you can watch those 4 extravaganza classes all winter long over and over and over to entertain you. Or you can do something dumb like Netflix. So, I mean, I'm just saying we're better than Netflix.
Okay, so I think that's it. I think we've answered the questions. But like I said, we will be stopping by over the course of the day. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them in whatever place you're watching, and we will try and come back and answer them. So we hope you guys all have a great day, and we'll see you again in the spring. Bye, guys.